So I personally think that DaBaby needs to stop worrying about what gay men are doing and start worrying about what the beat is doing to him. I'm talking about the beat of any song that he's on. I personally think that he needs to press charges against the beat because it just takes him by his scalp and slings him and flings him all across the room, slams him into doors and stomps on his head. I understand that he probably doesn't realize that that's going on because he's so used to abuse, he's so used to violence. But at this point, it's getting really tired.
Make it hot, burn you up with the fire. If you say I'm not hot, then I know.
First, some housekeeping stuff before we get into the topic of DaBuser. That's what I like to call him. Because I feel like the name is very fitting. First of all, there will be another podcast episode going up tomorrow on patreon.com/AdrianExpression, so you will not want to miss that. Check it out, sign up, you already know the drill with that. Also, if you're going to be in Atlanta, Southern Fried Queer Pride is putting on this queer variety show on Friday, July 30th. Now, my good friend, my good sis, Ocean Kelly will be performing. A lot of the music he'll be performing will be based off of his new EP, Black Pamela. So excited for that. And who knows, maybe your boy will pop out for a song. Maybe your boy will pop out. Maybe I'll pop out for a song on stage. What's up? Go ahead, check it out, get your tickets. I'll put the link in the description. Yeah, you don't want to miss it. So if you'll be in ATL, this weekend, make sure you check it out. It's on Friday, and I know we're gonna have a whole lot of fun. I'm gonna have a lot of fun on stage. So I feel like there's so many videos where I've dragged the shit out of DaBaby's ass, but this time, it's like, okay, because for me, like, his comments came out of nowhere, especially, I don't understand, like, okay. I always get into this shit before explaining what's going on. I do this shit in my live streams too. So let me just talk about it. So DaBaby was at Rolling Loud or whatever, this big ass fucking festival. Y'all already know what it is. So, and he was on stage. I don't know if he was between songs or whatever. I just saw the clip go viral on fucking social media, and of course I had to talk about it. So I'm just gonna read you what he said to the crowd. He said, "If you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks, then put your cell phone light up." I'm gonna get on that later. You could do a whole fucking essay on just that, okay? But then he said, "Ladies, if your pussy smells like water, put a cell phone light up." He said, "Fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in a parking lot, put your cell phone light up. Keep it real." And then I think like the DJ or somebody who was handling the music on stage said, "Oh yeah, you know, they be acting sus out here." So let's just, I'm going to literally dig in that ass, okay? I know that he's probably afraid of gay men saying that to him. It's okay, baby, it's just a figure of speech. I already know you got skid marks on your fucking underwear. It's not really appealing to me. So you're safe, I promise you. Like we playing baseball or some shit, you're safe. You don't have shit to worry about. It's a figure of speech. The first thing is, I can't imagine like being surrounded by, you know, crowds of people cheering me on for some reason, you know, screaming back my lyrics to me for some, you know, God for fucking sake and reason. I can't imagine being around that energy. I mean, making money because you're performing at this big ass festival. I can't imagine all those things going right for me, regardless of his history, regardless of his abusive, fucked up ass history. For some reason, he's still flourishing in the fucking music industry. It's not surprising. It's to be expected. But I can't imagine going to this festival, making money, you know, being surrounded by people who know my name and know my music, and then I still have that ugly, nasty ass fucking spirit inside me, bitch. Like, how can you be surrounded by all that and be like, well, if you niggas wasn't sucking dick in the parking lot, make some motherfucking noise? Like, what is going on in y'all everyday conversations backstage? What is going on in your minds every day for you to get up on that stage and be like, well, how can I get this crowd hype? Well, you know, if they wasn't sucking dick, let's ask them that. Like, bitch, dick be on that, and that's what I be saying. Dick be on your minds more than it be on mine. I don't understand how straight black men talk about dick more than I talk about that shit. I don't understand it. I don't understand. And what's wrong with sucking some dick in the parking lot, man? I mean, you ain't never got your dick sucked in the parking lot, ma'am? No, ma'am. What's wrong with sucking some dick or get your dick sucked? Like, if I wanted to do that, I'm sure, you know, my mind would be in a different place if I'm going to a music festival. But you know, if a nigga wanted to suck some dick in a parking lot, that's between him, the dick, the car, and whatever dick he's sucking. Like, what's in the steering wheel, maybe the Prindle, like London Tipton done said. And these straight rappers will talk about how much they love pussy, they blah, 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 blah. But it's just like, in real, that's what y'all talk about in y'all songs. That's what y'all talking about in y'all songs. But in real life, it's always, oh, that's sus, no homo, no homo. If you ain't sucking dick, oh my God, Lil Nas X. It's like, are y'all sure? Are you sure? Are you sure that you are about what you say you're about? I'm telling you, I feel like gay black men do not talk about dick as much as straight black men do. Do not talk about gay sex, you know what I mean, as much as straight black men do, or at least the bigoted ones do. It's like, y'all don't have anything else to be worried about, bitch. And I just brought up Lil Nas X. I wonder what his DMs look like. I wonder what his DMs look like. Because I can only imagine how many of y'all, especially in the industry, especially in Hollywood, drag the shit out of his gay ass in public, but be in his DMs. Like, I want to know what his fucking DMs look like. You niggas are weak as fuck. And then the dangerous fucking shit. First of all, I feel like it's common knowledge, and pussy do not smell. Doesn't pussy smell like pussy? Someone can someone let me know? I didn't know that shit smelled like fucking Dasani or Aquafina, bitch. I thought it smelled like pussy. Okay. Then remember, he said if you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, or any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks, then put your cell phone light up. And it's just like, y'all are so fucking ignorant. I mean, with all them thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of motherfucking people that were in the goddamn audience, I'm sure there were plenty living with HIV. I'm sure there were plenty living their best and natural, beautiful fucking lives. You know what I mean? Aware of their fucking status and taking care of themselves. Living with HIV. I'm sure there was. That's the first thing. The second thing is a lot of straight people have this fucking weirdo idea that it's just a gay disease, and a lot of y'all don't get tested. A lot of the gay people that I'm around, a lot of the LGBT community that I'm around, bitch, we get tested multiple times a fucking year, every 3 months, whatever the fuck. We are aware of our fucking status. A lot of straight people don't know what PrEP is. A lot of them have never gotten tested. And then you tell them as a gay person, oh, I'm getting tested. And you tell them how often you get tested. They're looking at you like, girl, what? A lot of them are not aware of their fucking status. And it's because of bullshit ass rhetoric like this, and because of stigma, all of this shit. Y'all don't take care of yourselves when it comes to STIs. Y'all don't know what a full panel is. Like, sit the fuck down, especially you fucking rappers, especially you like hyper masculine ass niggas in the industry, fucking everything that you fucking see. Like, that's fine. No sex shaming. Do what you gotta do, bitch. I love sex, just like a lot of other people. But it's just like, to act like only the LGBT community can get certain diseases or get these sexually transmitted diseases is half the reason why y'all don't know what the fuck going on with y'all own body. Just walking around here blissfully ignorant, not aware of what's going on, like I said, within your own self, and then trying to shame other people who are aware of what's going on. Like, y'all don't get tested. What are y'all talking about? Every time, like, these straight especially like straight men who say this shit, every time they say that shit, I be wanting to ask them when's the last time they got tested for everything. But these bitches don't get fucking tested. Get the fuck out my face. The stupidity coming from them is always hilarious, because everywhere I look around in my community, especially in Atlanta, it's like, did you get tested? PrEP, STI testing centers, STI mobile testing centers. Everywhere I go, bitch, you can't go to the club, but you know what I mean? Without having access to resources to help you know your status or whatever it is. Like, everywhere in my community. Meanwhile, straight people still acting like HIV is a gay disease. It's just like, y'all don't know what's going on with y'all own body. Shut the fuck up. So we got our shit handled. We handle our shit. What the fuck about you? What about you? But yeah, that shit pissed me off. I guess it pissed off somebody else too, because they threw a shoe at his ass like he was fucking George W. Bush. That shit was so hilarious to me. And then DaBaby talking about who threw that busted ass Adidas, bitch. The only regret I'm sure that person had is that it did not connect. Just like that press conference, like I said, with Mr. Bush. It didn't connect, and it should have, especially since you brought Tory Lanez annoying shooter ass up there. You know what I mean? He really thinks that he's a part of somebody's John Wick movie, the way he, Tory Lanez trying to shoot motherfuckers. So, like, all y'all asses is very corny. All of y'all asses is very corny. And T.I., speaking of corny, T.I. said this. He said, if Lil Nas X can kick his shit in peace, then so should DaBaby. And the false equivalency between Lil Nas X living his life and being himself, or making art the way he wants to make it as a gay black man, like he literally equated that to DaBaby being homophobic as fuck on stage and spreading dangerous rhetoric about HIV on fucking stage in front of thousands of people, like I said, who many of them I'm sure are living with HIV as well. You know what I mean? It's like the dumb shit that T.I. loves to talk about, and I call him the predatory thesaurus. He needs to be worried about the cases that he and his wife are facing. And it's just like, wow, you're doubling down on some of the same fucked up, you know what I mean, extremely aggressive, hyper masculine, predatory, bigoted ass shit. The same mindset, you're doubling down on that shit. The same shit that brought you to the place where you are today, facing sexual misconduct fucking charges and sex trafficking motherfucking charges. Like, girl, y'all are pathetic. Y'all are pathetic, and they talk about, oh my god, the gay community destroying the fucking black community. The gay black community destroying the black man. You are destroying your fucking selves. Look at what the fuck is going on. Look at what is going on. You don't have to have no help from us. Just pathetic. But yeah, those are the main points that I wanted to touch on with the abuser, T.I., thesaurus, you know what I mean? Sex trafficking thesaurus, and Tory, my hairline is in the wrong lanes, okay? There was a headline about R. Kelly. I want to read it to you. This is coming from NPR. Federal prosecutors are seeking to admit new evidence of uncharged crimes allegedly committed by R&B singer R. Kelly, including sexual abuse of a 17-year-old boy at his upcoming trial in New York. And of course, I thought people's responses to this shit was interesting. It was interesting. It ranged though. It ranged from, oh my gosh, y'all just making shit up at this point. It's just like, okay. It ranged from that to like, oh hell no, a boy, he abused a boy, oh we gotta get this nigga out of here. And I'm just like looking at all the other, like, you know, victims that then came out, the woman and the girls that then came out. I mean, they standing in a fucking single file line. And as soon as y'all heard that he did some shit to a boy, which I'm just like, I don't know why that is so shocking or surprising, especially given just the intensity of his fucking predatory behavior. You see what I'm saying? Like, as soon as they seen that it was a boy, now we actually have to act like we give a fuck, and y'all don't care. That's the thing, like, y'all don't care about the victims, and you don't even care about the male victim either. You never care about the women victims, the girl victims. You don't care about the male victim. You just care about the fact that R. Kelly did this with someone who was not a female, and that shit is rooted in homophobia. So it's just like, damn, is a homophobia gonna cancel out the misogyny? And it's just like, it feels like we playing a game of fucking Twister or Jenga or some shit with the different like bigotry. It's just, y'all so fucking confused. But it's just, I just thought that was crazy, and I wanted to bring it up, especially given what we were just talking about with DaBaby. To see a lot of people go like, oh yeah, we gotta get this nigga out of here, when it came out that he was doing stuff with a 17-year-old boy. Meanwhile, like, they were just in La La Land, or just in denial, or just did not give a fuck about all the female fucking victims. It's just like, wow, like, okay, I guess I'm happy that y'all getting him out of here, but it's still rooted in homophobia? Y'all got a lot of fucking work to do. It's tiring. I cannot help but to bring this topic up to close this video out, but I want to highlight the differences in how Republicans, especially like huge names in the Republican Party or even in conservative media, I wanted to highlight how different their messaging is now that we're starting to see a little bit of a spike when it comes to COVID numbers, and also the variants, and how it is possible for a variant to come into existence that is resistant to a lot of vaccination. So I mean, look, Sean Hannity was saying, please take COVID seriously. I can't say it enough. On the Fox channel, they said, visit the vaccine finder on the homepage of Fox News. Mitch McConnell was saying that these shots, the vaccines, need to get into everybody's arms as rapidly as possible, or we're going to be in the same position we were before in the fall. Even Ron DeSantis was saying if you are fully vaccinated, the chance of you getting seriously ill or dying from COVID is effectively zero. So it's just like Republicans played a fucking stupid ass game and won a stupid prize. And the most frustrating thing is that it affects all of us, you know, and they tried to, politically, they tried to be like, well, okay, well, Democrats are in charge, they're gonna get everybody vaccinated, but we can still use messaging to distance ourselves from them and to make them still seem like fucking idiots and assholes, and to rile our base up. We can still use the messaging that, you know, we can still play with anti-vax and anti-masking fucking messaging in order to keep our base satisfied. But keeping your base satisfied and keeping your base alive, I feel like, bitch. So yeah, and a lot of big names in the Republican Party and conservative politics, when asked if they have been vaccinated, they cite HIPAA, like, oh, it's a HIPAA violation, which actually it would not be if you want to share your fucking, if you want to share whether or not you got vaccinated. They just hide from that question a lot. They don't want to answer it. Meanwhile, on the other side of the aisle, which also is annoying as fuck, they're annoying as fuck still, but at least with the vaccinations, they're like, girl, we all got vaccinated. So you see what I'm saying? It's coming to bite them in the ass, and it's just true. Like, if people keep playing games and, you know, they allow this shit to just continue to spiral out of control, the variants will become much more difficult to deal with, and then you're gonna deal with an economy that's fucked and another fucking shutdown, and they don't want that shit. No matter how much they want to play with anti-mask and anti-vax rhetoric and, you know, push it out to their constituents, even though they themselves are getting vaccinated and shit, like, you know, they don't want the economy to suffer in that way again. So that's why you're seeing a flip. That's why you're seeing them talk much differently about vaccines and masks and shit than they did before. So I just thought that was interesting. Another display of hypocrisy, political hypocrisy for everyone to see. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, if you want more of this kind of content, make sure you go to patreon.com/AdrianExpression and check it out. I love you all so much, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.
Baby, don't you wanna come excite me? Sink your teeth into it, don't tread lightly. I'm dripping wet, you know